Alright, so this is a battle against Blade Satoshi X because he wanted to have a goodbye to Diamond and Pearl battle before he got Platinum. So, I send out oomph, and it does nothing because I didn't really want it to. And I send out once you pop because, yeah. He just tries to sucker punch, but, I know better than that, and I go for a Thunder Wave because that's what people do when they're battling, I guess. So I decided to show him the power of the Earth, and he takes it quite well. So he decides to try and blast me with fire, but he keeps forgetting that I'm not weak to fire. So he decides to withdraw and go into Blissey, which is packed because it's Blissey, and it's not really Blissey, but yeah. So I eat apples in frustration, and he eats apples in happiness because he's Blissey, and Blissey's gay anyway. You know, because Blissey's gay. And everybody says that, so may as well keep consistency. So I decided to Thunderwave because it's already slow enough, so I should make it slower. And I decided to offer him a well, you can read the name. And since it's homosexual, it should take it, obviously. So I decided to go for a tickle, and I'm not even going to go there. So he sends out this epic fail and Thunder Punches me, but Lapras decides that it doesn't like the taste of that punch and tries to water it down, and because it's too strong, and, well, apparently I added too much water and it drowns. Hehehe. Yeah, this part kind of got stuck because I was trying to record without audio on the thing, and, yeah. So, he sends out LOL luck again because I get a ton of luck in this match because the game just happens to like me at certain times and hate me at others. So after tickling him, he decides to show me how super and powerful he is by throwing me off of him because he doesn't like being tickled. She. Whatever. So I finally faint, and I send out oomph again because it can't speak because its mouth is zipped. And then I decide to go back into Once You Pop, and he misses with Fire Blast. So I decide to flash her because that's just what my Probopass does, and that's what it's hiding under its mustache. And it's so horrified that it faints. Or maybe it's so satisfied that it faints. Who knows? So he decides to throw more plums of lava at me while I decide to show it more power of the earth. And it does quite a lot. I don't understand why I didn't stay in and try to kill it. So he eats apples and I eat apples and whatever. And he goes into his bandit, which is Regigigas. And I try to flash the Regigigas, but it's genderless, so it doesn't really care. And it goes to try and do something with ice punching, but it's too cold, but not cold enough. I Thunder Wave it because it already has slow start, so make it slower. And I eat some apples, it eats apples, and I decided to try and flash it again because I was trying to get the special defense drop, but sometimes the game just doesn't like me, and he's so frustrated at getting paralyzed that he has to hit me with frustration. So, apples, yeah, whatever. And I send out, MY EYES! Because its platinum sprite looks like it's covering up its eyes. And I tell him to knock it off! Because on MSN he was talking a bunch of crap. And he's paralyzed 3 times in a row. That sound familiar to anybody? Hey, Jimmy! So, it finally gets its act together, and that apparently means that it's not going to be paralyzed again. So he punches me with more ice, and, it's not too cold for Senorita Yugioh, because it's just not. So Miss Moo gets some more health back and decides to curse at the fact that he's using a legendary. And it's apparently in you, so he decides to headbutt me with Zen, which is that even possible? What do? Just grab a bunch of Zen from somebody and put it on top of his head? And I don't know. So he decides to withdraw and go into his bullet because of LOL Bullet Punch, and I curse again because he's using this stupid crap thing, and I go for a body slam after he light screens for some reason, and I get more para-hacks because this game just loves getting para-hacks. I swear, I think I paralyzed just about everything on his team. So I go back out to MY EYES! and he tries to counter because that would have obviously done about nothing. And I even told him that I had hidden power fire before the match, and he stays in and gets owned by it. I don't know if that crit matters or not. I mean, he did have a light screen up, but 4 times weakness and 69 base power, I don't think so. So I go for an energy ball, and he's like, "Oh my god, your narration's so boring," and he yawns out of boredom. And he eats some more apples. And I decide to seed him with leeches. Leech him with seeds. I don't know. And he recovers because he's still tired, but he must have gotten refreshed, and now he's back up to green. And everybody knows that green is good. So, I tried leech seeding him because I thought he would die anyways, and I decided to go out to Raichu, and Raichu gets plums of lava, which it likes a lot, and it gets some more health back from the seeds of leeches and whatnot, and it decides to wish because it doesn't want to get hurt more by the plums of lava. Even though they're burning hot, it still loves eating them. So, yeah, more health and junk, and, I didn't speed this part up for some reason. So I surf, and I summon a gigantic wave and ride on top of it and crash into him. And that's obviously going to take him down because he 4 times weaknesses to it. That doesn't sound like proper English. So he dies, and my wish comes true. Yay! I wished he would die, and it came true. So I'm back up to full health now, and he goes out into Blissey, which is, again, homosexual and not Blissey, but he decides to be a I don't know what, and withdraw back to his bandit. And it's Bandit Keith in America. So I decide to use some Thunderbolt on it, and that'll make it not like to be in America, and it'll want to move to the UK and live with Jimmy. So I decide to bolt it with more thunder, because it can totally live through that, and then it just dies. In America. So Raichu decides to try and be an American, but it has a Japanese name, so it can't be an American. So he goes out into a Blissey, which is apparently American because it's fat. And I go for a Thunderbolt, and that's going to do a lot of damage in America. And that takes it down past half, and into the yellow. And now to the red. And red is one of the colors on the American flag. And so is blue, because my back border for the text is blue, and my gender symbol is blue. So red, white, and blue, all on the screen at the same time. I don't think it's a coincidence. So I Thunderbolt one more time and take it down in America. And I think that's the end of the battle right there. So good game, Shark.